we're the Cinematics and we're about to release our EP Silent Scream on the 22nd of May. Well, we're a four-piece band from Glasgow, Scotland. We released our first record on TVT. It was produced by Stephen Hague, Strange Education. It came out in 2007. Our second album, Love and Terror, came out in the autumn of 2009. And now we're about to release 6 months later our EP Silent Scream. We just want people to be able to kind of keep track of what we're currently writing rather than writing an album, you know, getting it together and then waiting a year and releasing it and then waiting another year to release something else, you know. Kind of keep people up to date with what we're trying to do right now.
I was kind of obsessed with reading Ernest Hemingway, his ideas about the Spanish Civil War and other things. We come from like the most violent place on earth. Glasgow's insane. This EP is kind of, it's our kind of take on violence. We're not violent people. We're, you know, we're pacifists.
You're pretty violent, like.
No, what? Yeah.
I've seen you start many a fight, to be honest with you.
No.
Okay, it's not
on camera, Scott. Not on camera. Most of the recordings were done like on the road, just like ourselves, you know, like in venues and things like that, or just like small studios in cities that we were visiting, and you know, we'd like add guitar tracks. One of the tracks is actually recorded, is actually a live recording, but you know, so we produced it ourselves effectively, yeah.
And Larry's a bit of a recording genius.
Some people call me Larry Spector, actually.
Larry Spector, yeah. He's incredibly good at it. I think it's one of the things that kind of is becoming more common as well in music now, you know, with a laptop and the right kind of software and, you know, some good quality mics. Bands can do it themselves. In fact, someone once said to me, we're probably the biggest band you might never have heard of, which I thought was quite accurate and really good in a way. You know, we kind of, if you go online, you'll see we've been all over the place. And I think that experience has really helped us as a band. You know, when you watch us live and the stuff that we write and when we come to record, you know, the fact that we can be on the road and the year, I think, where all these things come together and people turn around and go, wait a minute, there's an absolutely amazing band here writing incredible songs all the time, releasing, you know, a prolific amount of output, and you know, I kind of hope that this will be the year that it kind of all comes together, and this EP will be the start of it. Yeah, Guernica. Funnily enough, I've always really loved it. I love the painting. It's one of the only paintings I've ever permanently had on my wall.
But I've always been obsessed with the Spanish Civil War. I think it was In the Heat of the Night, and it was Rod Steiger's character says, I've never heard a louder scream than the scream in Pablo Picasso's Guernica. You know, where the painting was like that. Sorry, the figure in the painting was like that.
I mean, it's kind of, you know, songs come from random little places, and sometimes it can just be, you know, this idea, you know, an image, and you'll hear someone say something, and you'll kind of go, that sounds great, and you kind of get obsessed with a kind of a concept and an idea, and it kind of grows from there. One of the songs, a movement forward from anything we've done before, is like the bass is quite synthy driven. We're kind of starting to make it a little bit more kind of electronic, so there's not so much bass guitar in it and more of a really subby something keyboards, which I think which is pretty cool.
I guess in a way it's a love story. When I wrote that, guys were all saying I was a misogynist because the lyric is, "You're just a mountain farm girl, so stay here a while with me." And that is kind of, again, that's a kind of naive song. It's like,
yeah, it's a song about two young lovers in a world, and kind of, you know, trying to console themselves and kind of conversations between them. I think that's one thing, you know, kind of lyrically, I think that our band are trying to do now is kind of stop going like, I love you, you love me, you dumped me, I'm really sad. I think a lot of bands kind of just sort of regurgitate the same old rubbish.
Or a kind of joke I was having with Adam, our bass player, because we were sitting around in a room and he came up with this little melody, do 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 do, and I said, that sounds good. That sounds. He put it on a guitar. And I said, that sounds good, it sounds kind of Japanese. And he's like, no, it's more Chinese. And I said, well, no, it's Japanese. Anyway, So when we were recording it, I got an instrument called a koto, which is a Japanese instrument, and I was like, this will teach him. So I played it on a Japanese koto, and then we just kind of laid it down and built it up from the ground. So the whole song, the whole premise of the song is built on me proving that this melody was a Japanese melody. It's a story about set back in the olden days. I don't know, 150 years ago or something like that. With imagine the situation with like a Native American man falling in love with a white woman and them having like an affair, and then that becoming unacceptable. And then when the realization hits in this woman's head that, wait a minute, I'm having an affair with a Native American man, you know, like an Apache or something like that. So she stabs him to kill him, which is a violent act. In anybody's book, even in Glasgow, that's moderately violent, stabbing somebody.
This one is one of the songs that pretty much is a live recording. I think it's really good. It's kind of captured the kind of energy, and it's the only way a song can really be recorded. Some songs need to be played live for you to kind of get what it's all about. I think it's turned out really, really well. I'm really pleased with it.